Hello friends and potential friends. Back at the patient's bed again, and this week my asparagus is really trying to test my patience a little bit. The book, hey, it worked for Greta, maybe it'll work for me. Let me get you off of that tripod and I'll show you just what I mean. Well, let's see if we can see these. This week, the asparagus has started sending up little teeny tiny asparagus spears. Little tiny things, not even the size of a toothpick. But they just look just like a miniature asparagus spear. And there's a number of them out here. There's one out there in the middle. There's a big one over there that came up the other day. A couple more coming up. So they're just trying to test my patience. I gotta let those things grow and fan out into ferns instead of picking them and eating them, which is my natural inclination. A couple more years, maybe I'll get some asparagus out of here. Let's see, last time we went and looked at the inside at the lab. This time I think I'll take a walk around and look at some of the containers. But as you can see, the asparagus is still growing good, trying to test my patience. I've been whittling away on that tree a little bit more, trying to clear up some more space. I've got a plan for that space. That's going to come in handy when it comes time to do the new raised beds. Let's go up on the patio and take a look at the containers. Oh, first we got to get an obligatory look at Licorice. He's coming in to join me. Okay, let's go for a walk. But, okay, before we get to the patio, I gotta show you what's going on in these hot peppers. Apparently, the lemon drops and the Puzajualas are taking turns ripening. Last week, the Puzajualas were all ripening. This week, it's the lemon drops. There's an example. That one's almost ripe. And if you look real close, you can see there's still a bunch more of them hanging in there. And over on the Puzajualas, well, they're starting to put out new blossoms. I don't know why. There's peppers all over the place in here. I'm sure you can see a bunch of them right in there. But this week, they're not ripening. It's all up to the lemon drops to ripen. Next week, I guess the Puzajualas will start ripening again. Oh yeah, we have a bunch of habaneros that are going to be ripening pretty soon too. But okay, onto the patio. Okay, container garden. Yes, I still haven't taken this green stalk apart. I may be doing that today, and I've got one here that I need to start building today. I still have a few of my Ponderosa lemons. Those fall into the category of I really should do something with those, but I don't know where to put them. The mint is still growing pretty good. That's what grew in the green stalk last year. A lot of these ornamentals are still going crazy. And I had an okra pop up in one of my containers. And so far it's looking pretty healthy. And incidentally, over here in the ginger jungle, we have a flower. Isn't that pretty? And it's actually flowering. Not only that, if you'll allow me to shove your face down here, I've got another flower coming up back here. And where did I see those others? Let's see. Over in here, there they are. If I can get your face in here good. There's another flower there. And if you look close, there's another little one down there behind it. And another one over here next to it. And another one down below that one. I got ginger flowers all over the place. It looks to me like it's the variety that I got from my buddy up the street that is producing all the flowers. But I can't get past that one. That's just too cool. And next to the ginger jungle, got a bunch of turmeric that I'll be harvesting before too awful long. Like the ginger, I usually wait until they start dying back good, and then I'll go ahead and dig them up. The ones out in the raised bed are still growing good, but they're not as healthy as the ones in the containers. I think I'm going to just stick to growing ginger and turmeric in containers and be satisfied with it. Pineapples, there's the two latest additions. And there's a few more buried in here amongst the weeds. I really need to do some weeding. And the big boy, that one's been growing in a large pot and it is healthy. I can't wait for it to put out some fruit. I keep looking, but it's not coming along yet. Over in my slip container, I still have a couple of sweet potatoes growing in there. I guess I'll have to dig them when I dig the rest of the sweet potatoes. But then I also put 3 mangoes in there. Out of the 8 seeds that I planted, 3 of them came up. Praxis cherry has not done anything since I brought it outside. I probably will either stick it in the ground somewhere and give it a chance, or take it down and add it to the compost pile. But meanwhile, my datel peppers are starting to put on more blossoms and a little bit more fruit here and there. This summer crop will just not quit. They're doing good. Out here, the red Marconis, still have a few of them coming on. I don't see any blossoms, but there's probably 6 or 8 peppers growing on there. And then finally, the rosemary. That one looks like it's getting fairly well established, though it's got a few brown spots here and there. I'm going to give it a little bit longer before I start hacking on it and sculpting it. I still have to get the rest of the rosemary out of the bed and start taking these beds apart. I think I will be taking up the corbachis and red Marconis out there, and the Jimmy Nardellos. None of them have really been doing anything recently. So I guess it's about time to take them out, and then I can start taking that bed apart. But that's a quick look at what we've got in the container garden. Real quick, because I haven't been doing much in containers recently. But what I am doing, hanging in there pretty good. So let me just wrap this up, and I'll see you next time.